BPM, bro.
BPM. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And we are live.
We live?
We're fucking...
It's been years last time we were here. We had a nice
What episode is this?
This is 9.
This is episode.
This is 9. Zero uploads yet, but
9 episodes deep.
Like,
Can I just
subscribe.
get a...
So if you want to picture it, it's 4 men, left-handed gloves on, dicks out, of course, naturally.
I took my glove off my hand.
What the fuck?
My hand's getting sweaty.
I took my
Why
glove
did we
fine.
put the gloves on?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, here we
They were
are
just
again.
there, and I wanted to put one on.
It's been years since our last recording.
It's been years.
Last recording was
What's changed?
like last June. And
Last
it's still June. Actually, it was like May, I'll be honest.
It was.
April, dog.
What year is it?
2012.
Anyways,
Tony. Never forget.
we're back.
Don't you...
I'm sorry for bringing up Coney.
I swear.
What's coming
No,
again?
okay, Coney, that's fine. Coney, that whole thing was like a fucking ruse, eh?
That thing was fake, yeah.
That was the whole ruse.
It wasn't fake. It was just
So
very...
was Ebola, but like
It was very
we're not talking about that.
very misguided. Like it was real. He was a real dude,
Just like...
but it was just like
7 years prior.
it was just made out to be something that it wasn't. Like he had child soldiers. He was doing all this fucked up shit, but he was like one dude in like a very small part of Africa. Just this one warlord. But the guy previous, he tried to make like a bunch of other. Like the whole thing was for him to make a viral hit, right? And he did that with Coney. But like if you go back, there's a bunch of other videos of him trying to do the same thing, where it's like clickbaity as fuck. And there's one where he's like singing in like a high school. He's like, got no views. And then people were like examining it. There's this really good one. It's called a YouTube channel called Internet Historian, and he goes over the Coney 2021. Coney 2012. Not for president.
I like that channel.
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Yeah.
I like that one too. He's a very nice student.
Shout out the
Black
internet
face.
historian. It's gonna be $5 for the shout out. Actually, we're gonna have to charge you.
Well, he is sponsoring us, so.
I got had by the Coney 2012 thing.
Did you buy the thing?
It.
Did you buy the bracelet?
Buy the
I
ticket.
subscribed
Did you get
to
the
the channel.
bracelet? It was like a care package thing.
I
It
got
was
it
like
all,
$5.
dude. I donated all my money.
And then the whole premise was like, on April 20th, everyone's gonna go downtown in the middle of the night and put these stickers on. And 3 people did it in Montreal, I think, and like 0 people did it in BC. Yeah, it was fucked. And then a few people did it in San Francisco. There was like a bunch of stats on it, but
No,
it was
I
just a
didn't
night
get
that
my
people
money.
started vandalizing
I
and
just
stuff.
know that I believe that whatever it was true.
I have a
Whatever
real,
the fuck it was. I mean, that's exactly what they did with Ebola. The government. Remember the Ebola crisis?
they told
Yeah.
everyone to put stickers up.
Yes. But they blew something out of proportion before an election to spread fear.
Oh,
And Ebola exists in Africa now, but nobody's talking about it. The plague.
One-
Like, if you want to spread fear before an election and like manipulate the voters, I forget to what purpose it was, but
Yeah, like one.
essentially, you could say there's the plague is in Africa and spread fear, get vaccinations going for the plague.
dude, the plague
the
is
black
still.
plague is in Africa.
It's still. You see that? You see that Vice documentary?
Just,
The one where they're catching rats and shit.
yeah.
The fucking guys that get paid to catch rats because the rats still like they're the biggest like source of like the spreading of the black plague. And there was this one really isolated town
Madagascar.
That would be
in
fucking
Madagascar.
dang.
It was fucked. No, dude, it's
Get out of the
fucked.
black plague.
They take
No,
the
it would
rats.
not
They
be.
don't even just like they don't even keep them. They just fucking kill them right away, and then they like inspect if they have the black plague. If they don't, it's like peace out. They kill a rat.
What's the like fucking tell sign? You know, you're fucking.
Oh well,
You turn into a fucking skeleton. Like
no, you start getting like these blue cysts and shit,
Yeah,
and
you
then
you
once they
start
start
getting,
popping,
boils.
yeah.
It's really fucked up, man. A lot of people were saying that
It's the worst.
if they were to find the covenant of the fucking the Lost Ark, that it would have a bunch of these fucking diseases in it from the fucking like old world.
From
That
the-
would just be preserved, and when they opened it up, all those people that would see it would actually just be fucking
Scared,
super fucking black plagued, bro.
dude.
I don't know about black plague, but they would get some fuck shit.
It's so
They've
fucked up.
discovered Noah's
Oh, yeah.
Ark. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, that's just like the fucking
The theory.
the thing that they fucking buried the 10 Commandments in. But they didn't find it because like somebody fucking dipped with it. They shipped it off to England, and then somebody did something to it. They don't know, bro. Somebody tried to hide it, and they hid it really fucking well because they never found
They
it.
hid the Ten Commandments.
They hid the Ten
And
Commandments.
why does everybody tell me they know the Ten Commandments?
Pretty ironic.
They're trying to make it up, man.
Seems
Well,
like they were
They're trying to make it up as they go. 1. What's
I'm
the
pretty
number
sure
1?
the Ten Commandments were hidden on the back of the Declaration of Independence. I think we need to go find it.
I'm not independent yet.
Let's fucking go, dude. Indiana Jones though.
Which one?
All,
Raiders of the Lost Ark?
all of them except for Crystal Skull.
I like the
Yo,
Crystal
great
Skull.
fucking series.
I like the Crystal Skull.
Credit where
What?
credit is due.
I was like fucking 12 when it came out, so I
Yeah,
fucking
so was
loved
I,
it.
and I was like,
I fucking
hated
loved it.
You were
No.
not 12. I was like 13.
Those are
What?
actually fucking. That's a real thing.
When
I
it
was
come
like
out?
13, dude. I saw it in
Yeah,
theaters. It was my first date ever.
Then
See
what
Indiana
day? What
Jones.
year was that? 2008? Because you're how much older than you then?
I'm a lot older. I'm like,
I feel 4 years.
Mantis
10,
has
no,
lived
not
up to
10.
100 years.
Well, he's like 35 now, so like I'm
You're
12.
25.
I'm 12.
Yeah.
35 minus 12.
it is the year 2012.
Yeah.
Crystal Skull is coming out.
No, it wasn't 2012. It was like 2008 then, because if you were 13, whatever. I'm not doing
At
math.
the time of the
All I know is
it's
that
coming out. pretty
the
soon.
Kali Ma one was pretty good.
Yeah, bro. That was
Crystal Skull was good though.
That's my
No, it wasn't.
I fucking loved it when I was a kid. I was like, dude, me and my dad saw we got we got Cactus Club first, and then we went to go see it, and we're like, my dad's like, that was terrible. I'm like, nah, that's fucking sick. I don't know.
I like the. I just saw the one, number 2, Indiana Jones 2, when I was a kid.
Oh,
The
you
one
know
I
what? Crystal Skull, Shia LaBeouf was in that, wasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Get
Fucking,
the hard out.
I did not like that one.
Yeah, you're lying.
Yeah.
You're lying to our
I like
face.
the part where that German chick gets her like face blown off though when she sees the alien.
Just like I know everything.
knowledge.
I know everything.
You know, think about the Purge. You know the movie The Purge.
Yeah.
You know, okay, like I haven't watched any of the Purges, but apparently it was about how they wanted
Is it
to
handgun also?
they wanted to kill all the welfare people, the people in poverty, because they cost so much money for taxpayers and so much money for the government. So like the whole reason the government made the Purge wasn't to like one year of criminality or 1 day of criminality and just like you can let loose, but it was to instead everyone who could afford defense would just stay in their houses, but the homeless people couldn't, right? So they would kill off, like they would just get firing squads of like the SWAT to just like kill all like the lower class people.
Yeah.
That's what the thing was like all about. I didn't even know.
Terrible plot though. Terrible.
You don't think so? You don't? I feel
Yeah,
like
because like
I feel like that's the only
that
reason.
plot is less dope than just like some dude like, all right, I've been waiting my whole fucking life for this,
Some
and then just like
psychopath
him
who's ready to
fucking
go.
going on a rampage. Yeah, you know,
Mm.
like that's way fucking like Michael Myers fucking on crack. That's fucking way better than the government.
What would you do? Here's a hypothetical. What would you do in your scenario, the Purge? Would you like if I know it's like when
if
someone
I
says
wanted to purge.
no, I'm just saying that day comes. What would you do? You can partake. You don't have to partake. Like being realistic. I'm not saying like because you know everyone asks a hypothetical. It's zombie apocalypse. Like yeah, I'd go to a mall and I'd fucking kill everyone. No, you wouldn't. You would die in 30 seconds. You would fucking stay in your house. You'd fucking get everything sorted out. Like what would you actually do if in the Purge?
How materialistic are the zombies?
They're pretty
Do
materialistic,
you
man.
care about what's at the mall?
No, the mall because like you know it's like everyone goes to the
I
mall
do.
because there's like a bunch of rations and shit, and then you can fight in the mall.
I'm going
Shopping
Costco.
carts. Costco, dude. Costco's fucked on a Friday. Imagine a zombie apocalypse, dude. That would be fucked.
You think it outbreaks in Costco? That shit locks down. Go in there, tell everyone to go inside. You're just like it blows
They can't
over.
get in.
Don't
They
worry.
don't have
Yeah,
Everyone's
fucking
dead.
membership.
You're inside Costco. You got like 10 years.
Imagine that, dude.
You make
Imagine
your own
that.
little fort,
And-
feast
and
on
these-
roasted
it's like-
chickens.
For years.
Zombie
bro.
apocalypse.
You're
You
solid.
pull up. He's like, yo, there's survivors in here, man. It's like, oh, dope. Let me come in. I have a family. It's like, oh, you got your Costco card on you? Though? It's like shit.
I'd make a deal. I'd be like, I'll protect you guys if you make me food.
And I'd grow weed. And I'd grow weed on the roof, man.
Oh yeah.
Live off free samples forever would be great.
I mean, talk about free samples.
But no, let's talk about
You
the
gotta cook
purge.
them
What
yourself.
would you do if the purge day happened? Fucking, would you stay in your house? I was thinking,
I don't own any fucking guns,
Michael, I feel like you want
so
me to
no, I
tell
wouldn't
you
stay
that
in
I
my
would
house.
kill my family.
I don't want that. I'm
What
just
are you
saying,
asking me?
realistically, I would hide under a couch. Like, think about it.
Like you're trying to put yourself in that situation.
I would, like, if it's one day, it's from 7 o'clock to 7 a.m., I would chill in, like, a chest or something and lock the chest, right? Because no one's going to find you unless you have, like, snap maps on. You know what I mean? Like
Fucking
realistically,
snap-ups.
what would you do? Like, no one has guns.
I mean, it's purge happens. It's pretty easy to get a gun.
Yeah, I suppose.
Really? Do they go on sale?
Well, I mean, they're free.
In the movies, they did. They had like on sale.
I mean,
But this is in the States, man. We don't got.
Yeah, we have like hunting rifles.
yeah, but like those guys are all dead by the time you get there. You know what I'm saying? People are fucking stoked on that shit, man. Can you imagine how many fucking psychopaths and fucking people waiting to just like shoot up a school? They're like, fuck yeah. I'm just gonna be waiting outside the gun store, fucking pitching a tent like it's fucking Call of Duty coming out.
The new iPhone coming out, man.
Why did like an email go out and they all know the purge is coming?
Well, I mean, if it's
a national
if
day.
it's gonna fucking happen, Mantis, I'm gonna know about it. Everyone's gonna have the same mentality. Hey, man, I could die today. No, but fucking yeah, you just go there like 3 hours later. Everyone's done the fucking big rush. You know, it's just like fucking going shopping like a week or 2 weeks before Christmas. You don't do it.
You just
You
wait,
go, like, a
wait it
month
out.
after,
Yeah, you just
or like
wait
a
it
month
out.
before.
I think I would just find a commune, build a commune,
Community.
have some orgies.
So you do like what's that guy? You know, like the end. What's that movie called? The Seth Rogen
This
one.
is the end.
This is
Oh,
the
this
end.
is the end.
You know that guy who
He'll
joins
get
the
raped
tribe?
by a fucking
By a demon.
with a big black dick.
Yeah, I think I tried to go far enough where the purge ain't happening and just continue living this Mantis life.
Has an old mantle load.
It would actually be really hard for a Mantis to survive the purge.
That's true.
You think so? He has
They're
like
great.
They're actually
think-
pretty good.
I don't know,
Have
man.
you seen bug fights, dude?
But have you
Have you seen Bug's Life?
have you seen a hawk take down a mantis? I mean, it's the purge, man. There's no rules barred. They don't have to stick to their own fucking predator-prey cycle that they're into.
I have not seen a hawk take down a mantis.
Neither have I, but
I've
I mean,
seen a mantis
during the
eat a
purge,
a
they
mouse.
don't give a fuck.
Jamie, pull up
Catch a
pull up the
bird.
mantis. Pull up the mantis getting eaten by a hawk.
So,
Don't you can't actually play that around this guy, man.
Yeah, I know. He gets aggravated.
Honestly, though, if a zombie apocalypse did happen, the Costco strategy is honestly.
It could work, but just
I
think
would go. I
about
would go straight to Costco.
think about
Zombie
like
apocalypse,
how
dude. Literally,
Straight to Costco.
you
And
just-
American Costco too.
the
'cause they have
roads
guns
the
there.
roads though
Yeah.
like it would take a trek there because the roads aren't going to be clear.
Why wouldn't they be?
Because it's a fucking zombie
Dude,
apocalypse.
you think everyone is
You
gonna
seen The
know
Walking
their
Dead?
shit during a zombie
Yeah, but
apocalypse?
I'll go
Oh
straight at the
my
beginning.
God.
I'll go mid zombie. Like I won't go mid. I'll go like as soon as it happens. As soon as like, oh yeah, zombies are coming. I'll be like, Costco, we going.
Okay, so like as soon as the outbreak,
As
first
soon as
guy to get
I'm
infected, you
dipping
just go
in.
straight to Costco.
I'm dipping, dude. I'm dipping.
No,
I feel like a lot of people have that idea.
I'm waiting, holding
Once it
out.
gets
You're doing the Christmas
And,
technique.
and then as soon as there's like 6 guys at Costco, like, yeah, this is a pretty good idea. Go there, trick them into dipping. I'm solo there with all the rest of the food.
You got the food. You
I'll
got
watch it
beds
out.
there,
How would you
got
trick him?
fucking
What
video
would
games,
what would be your
literally.
strat to trick him out?
I'd be like, yo, yeah, you guys haven't heard of zombies? Yeah, me neither.
They're coming right
Let's go
this way.
outside. Let's go outside, check them out. Fucking Gabriel, good with him. Gabriel, chummy. Lock him out.
You just like
Right up in.
huge date. Yeah, I'm just gonna real quick check out these fries, yo. Just dip them out.
I don't know, but it depends. Costco's got a lot of shit, especially if you go to Costco in the States where they got guns.
Yeah, that's true.
They might be like,
There's a
you
lot
have
of
to eat the
weapons you
meat
can use.
section quick.
Yeah,
That shit goes bad.
what, you think they don't have
You
freezers
think
at
the power is
Costco?
gonna stay?
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
They got
They
backup
have
generators,
backup
bro. It's
generators.
They have fucking
How long does it
gasoline
last?
stations,
You
bro.
would have to think about logistics here. How long does the power last on a backup generator?
Long,
Look it
long,
up, Jimmy.
long enough for me to
Jimmy,
only
look it up.
use like half the lights at Costco. Not even half. Like I could use 2 lights at Costco, set up a little room, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be tight. In the
Yo.
in the pharmacy office.
No, dude, you can probably have it so like it's cold enough.
Plus you got the pharmacy office. You
Yeah.
guys fucked out all those drugs.
Yeah, dude.
God damn!
Damn it, you found the
The
drug.
Percocets! The Percocets!
He's opening up the gates now. He's opening up the gates.
Yeah,
this year.
it'll be
He's selling
fun. It'll be at
Percocets.
least 30 years before I realize anything's gone down. Some logs are still happening. There's a cure? Shit.
There's a kid.
There's a fucking cure, dude. Yeah, you can set up like trampolines and shit too. Because you'd have activities, right? Like right next to the meat aisle, there's like all those Halloween themed activities. Like they have it so early.
You
and
know,
shit.
really nice shit. Using like $500 fucking blenders,
Barbecue.
making
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
like $500
The barbecue
espresso.
and the fans in there are amazing.
Yeah, you're just like, okay.
Start a nice little community back
And,
there.
and there's like drones in there too, man. You can fucking, all the dope shit.
Mm.
Pretty good.
Costco's not
I
bad.
mean, what would you jerk off to?
Are you talking
Dude.
about? Good Housewives.
Are
Yeah.
they in there?
The magazines.
Okay.
You dirty dog.
And if
They
you,
do shop at
and yo,
Costco.
let's say you and your homies have that Costco, you like, dude, all the bitches will fucking want to come to that Costco. That's the spot to go.
Yeah, that's true,
the
that
biggest
is true.
spot. You got fucking big ass fucking king size beds everywhere.
There's no
Yeah,
more.
but you
There's
have
no
to
more
be
money.
like
Come on, dude.
asking them if they're zombies over the phone, and like if they are, they're not gonna tell you. So
No, you do it. You do it. You do it behind.
Alright.
They have the gate. They have the
That's
gate
an
down.
ideal. There's no fucking way 6 dying bitches are gonna show up in a car like, fuck, these guys got a Costco.
In their fucking CRV.
Like, not happening. It's gonna be fucking
that's
Omar
possible.
Sanchez. Like,
don't rule it out.
Hey, cabron, make me a hot
I would
dog.
actually.
Come on, puta. Let me in, man. Come on. Yeah, I wouldn't invite Bruno in there though. You get way too horny. There's only 6 dudes. That'd be fucked. That'd be fucked, man. You'd have to take turns going to like the Vaseline aisle.
He eats all the fucking protein powder in 2 weeks.
He's just jacked out of his
Mad.
fucking mind.
He's purple hacking us.
Let me touch your muscles. No, purple
Okay, Bruno, please. Fucking running away in the aisles. Juking him out.
So
What is that? What is the best apocalypse to happen though? We got robots, like we make them too good.
Zombie, but not World War Z zombies, where they can
Zombie.
fucking sprint and jump on each other and create walls where they can go over like fucking Trump's walls and shit. Like World War Z zombies are fucked. Okay, those are outrageous. Left 4 Dead zombies are fucked. I'm talking slow ass walkers from The Walking Dead.
Those are like mutants though. That's not. Really
Yeah, but no, those are
like
technically
the regular.
zombies.
They got like boomers and shit in Left 4 Dead. You know?
Yeah, but they also have like the big hordes. I'm talking like Walking Dead where they're dumb as fuck and they're slow.
Well, they're weird. Yeah.
Then
I don't
that's the
think-
most ideal.
Yeah, I don't think zombies would be fucking smart. Like the whole like eating flesh, like decaying, fucking no brain thing.
Yeah, they don't have brains.
Like what do you
I think in that case, I'd go to an apartment. I'd go to like any fucking apartment down like Cedarburg, Newport. Just fucking take the stairwell, fucking just bust open house doors and shit, and fucking just ravage their kitchen and stuff. They'll probably have so much food in there. There's so many floors. Odds some other dude's gonna find you up there. Zombies can't fucking go upstairs. Well, maybe they can go upstairs, but still.
Zombies can.
here's the
definitely
thing:
go
is that the
upstairs.
zombies are all in the cities. I mean, you gotta just switch your lifestyle. Don't try to combat the zombies.
You wanna
Try
go
to live
rural.
among the zombies.
You want to go like pastoral?
Oh, okay.
You become a
You go
farmer.
rural.
You become a farmer, yeah.
You go fucking.
Like
Outskirts.
season 2, Walking Dead. You become fucking
You just live-
Herschel's farm.
You go Survivor Man on that shit.
Hmm.
As long as the fucking animals are zombies.
Yeah, no, they do turn into the zombies.
Yeah.
I bring your dog. That's the first thing I do. Get your fucking dog.
Burn your dog.
Dog won't fuck with anyone. I mean, dog will fuck with people. You know what I mean? Because then it becomes in a zombie apocalypse. The thing is, everyone always focuses about the zombies, but it's also mainly just about the other people you're around. Because you can't trust anyone after that shit goes down. You know what I mean? There's no more structure. Everyone's out for themselves. You know. The worst thing you can fear
Well,
in
I
a
mean,
zombie apocalypse is other people.
I mean, I'm selling weed. Zombie apocalypse.
You be
I'm
fine.
I'm going weed on the Costco.
You'd be
so,
fine, exactly.
Like, who's gonna shoot the guy selling weed? Actually, shit. son of a
Yo,
bitch.
my one plug
And you
isn't
got all
picking
the
up.
fucking
Picking up.
pharmacy drugs.
I'm gonna
too,
get
chilling
jumped.
up to Costco.
Yeah, you can sell fucking perks too. That shit. Yeah, it's like, yo, I got a deal right now.
I'll be your muscle. You be behind the scenes
I'm,
guy. I'll be the
I'm
muscle.
American Costco too. You can get strapped as fuck.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bow and arrow. There's a Cabela's in the Costco. Nah, dude, it would be sick though, zombie apocalypse, just cause fucking fuck the guns, fuck all that shit, man. I want to run around dual wielding katanas, just like
But you have a fucking katana.
I got swords,
Just like
dude.
Yeah, you got swords. You're
wheeled
good.
up in fucking samurai armor. Like zombies, the whole thing is like to bite your flesh, you're infected. Samurai armor?
Good luck,
Fuck
bud.
off. What are you gonna bite into? This metal? Even if I get pinned, you're just gonna like break your teeth on this hard ass metal.
Dude, order that shit now while you can, because if you're not prepared for that, then you don't have any armor. You know, Maddie said something the other day, which was, I don't know if it was really amazing to think about or really just fucked up, because like he was like, we came too early to explore the Earth, and we came too late to explore space. And I went out, I was like changing garbages, and then I was thinking about it, I'm like, what the fuck did he just implant in my head? Because I was like thinking about like, what the fuck? That's fucked up.
Well, actually, that's a fucking lie. Just because you don't have the motivation to explore the Earth doesn't mean that the means are the best they ever been.
I think he was more saying like the first dude to find Italy.
Like yeah, you can't find
something that someone already
what
found.
our generation is gonna find.
yeah.
You're talking about discovery.
Like
Discovery,
exploration,
yeah. Which and I was thinking about it, I'm like that is true, but space is still up for grabs.
The guy that found Italy found it when somebody had already found it. Like Italy is recent. You know what I mean?
Human race though.
Exactly.
It's
but
whatever's
found it before humans.
It's all relative.
I think we're talking about humans though.
Exploring
I
and
think so.
discovering is only worthwhile if you're the first person.
100% Mantis.
New grounds.
You ever
Isn't
take-
that like-
you ever
isn't
go
that
take
like
a
a-
shit and tell somebody about it?
That's like a chick too. Okay. Yes. What were you saying about the space here?
Yeah, you have to start me off, man.
You're talking about
I got no clue. It was some about
something about we're not
Something
gonna
about
make it.
Something
We're not gonna
about
make it to
Rose.
Mars. We're not gonna make it to Mars.
No.
Yeah, everybody thinks the world's gonna end in their lifetime. You know?
Mhm.
Like, and people have been saying, "Oh, the world's gonna end." Like every single fucking
2012, bro.
century or whatever has that. You know, people have been saying it
For decades.
all the time. You know, and people, it's not gonna happen. You know, realistically, I feel like it's gonna be like fucking trash overload on the planet, and we're gonna have to dip, or like fucking. Something just fucks us, like some random meteor. Like, of course, there's like some shit of like a random gamma ray just obliterating.
I think
this other random shit happening.
something that could happen.
But I like realistically, that's what I feel like the fucking.
I think plague
ideas
would
of-
fuck us.
The ideas of fucking safe life. You know what I mean? Your lifestyle does not cause you to require exploration. I mean, you don't need it. You can stay in one spot and live comfortably and happily. And you also don't have any immediate ways that you fear death in your life. And therefore, you fear death from an existential human race kind of point of view. Extinction is now the thing you fear. Because you don't have immediate ways where you think you'll die.
That's what most movies are about now, though.
Well, yeah, and then if you fucking think that there's no new exploration that you can do on the Earth, I mean, how much have we traveled? Relatively zero of the Earth, if you think about how huge it is and unimaginable as it is. And we just guess that it's all been found.
It's all to scale, though. It's all to scale. It's what you suppose
Let's go on a human race scale.
like
and
humans
say,
looking at like a
what
water
is the biggest
bottle
achievement that human race?
to the moon for sure.
Exactly.
To the moon. But even that's a conspiracy. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
I wouldn't even say the moon, man. Having fucking like satellites, having GPS and satellites, way doper than going to the moon, bro. Being able to map our shit out.
Having a dude fly in a
globally, that
fucking
is
tube to a fucking thing we can see in the sky is pretty insane.
But then
though.
having multiple fucking
coolest thing our species have ever done.
Landed fucking like space stations flying around, man. That's even fucking cooler to me, man.
Well, to an extension of that, coolest thing our species have ever done, for sure.
Genocide.
Not genocide. The fucking internet. The internet.
Oh yeah.
Think about how meta that is.
That's also.
Think about how fucking meta that shit
Chat
is.
as fuck. What are you talking about?
That shit is like, yo, one dude's like, yo, we can have people talking to each other from all over the world saying that they're all faggots to each other. Like, dude, that's crazy, right? Like, think about it. That's the most.
And then
With computer code, zeros and
I can
ones.
see something over here and
And it
send
should be
you
over there.
that over there.
That's the most
Send you
ridiculous
what I'm
thing.
seeing.
Because now people are just
That's
getting
pretty
force-fed knowledge all the time, and we're just getting smarter each day. Just because now we can be connected.
Still fucking retarded.
Yeah, but like less retarded than fucking people in 1843. You know what I mean?
Lucas, and we're way more retarded than them, in my opinion.
What?
Okay,
No way.
Here is what I'm saying.
People are more educated nowadays.
Why are these?
What is your definition? What is your definition
guys
of
have
having an
confounded
education?
You're talking about human race. You're talking about human nature.
That's
You're talking about human nature.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about this phenomenon right here
Mantis, before,
of
let me
replacing personal. Go
No,
ahead.
I know. Let me before you go in. Let me say something. The reason we're more retarded nowadays is because we do not let natural selection take its course.
That's good. I feel like that's good.
We tend to the stupid. But fucking, like, if you don't know that fucking gasoline is flammable, you deserve to fucking die. Okay?
There's still people out there, man. There's still people out there who are fucking stupid as hell.
Like, people get a common cold, back in the day, they'd be like, okay, you're fucked, guess you're gonna die now.
Yeah, people.
That's exactly what I mean. That's the type of, like, smartness I'm talking about. Nowadays, people are so educated.
Too smart.
They're too smart. Exactly.
Yeah, we've come up with no.
Are you kidding?
You're talking about something completely different. Okay, did you back in the day know what the biological factors of you getting a cold was? Now you have some kind of idea. Now you kind of know, right?
No, I don't.
Not only do you have an idea, well, you don't.
Oh, let me give
There's some people that do. There's some people that do.
With the advancement and the idea that we are modern because we have some kind of thing now, you think that your personal knowledge is useless, so you do not learn it because you have the answer somewhere in society. And you live based on that comfort, so your own personal growth, your own personal exploration, your own personal fucking anything is
someone else's?
voided. You now judge it by what the group has done.
I feel like that's always been the case.
That is a devolution. That's exactly what Lucas is saying.
That's always been the case, though.
It may have always been the case, but you've been forced to learn some things.
Okay, you can say that too, but like generally speaking, we are a lot smarter. Smarter.
No,
let's say.
Michael, I get what you're trying to say, but
My definition of smart is educated.
I think
educated.
What Michael's trying to say is that like there are the really really smart people nowadays are smarter than they ever been.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, for sure.
Like inventing like the crazy shit, but
the average dude as well.
I disagree.
But they built.
We have robots, man.
We don't have Leonardo da Vinci.
We have
fuck them, man. We don't need them. We have Leonardo DiCaprio.
I would much rather have robots than paintings.
Like
true. Saying.
Like the people that invented like crazy shit, like the internet,
robots.
And, like
that's ridiculous, right?
Crazy men stuff. But but by inventing that, they allow stupid people to stay stupid and not learn. Like
exactly.
You can say the same thing about. You can say the same thing about the Model T. You can say the same thing about the Model T. When Henry Ford made the first car, I'd imagine I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, drunk driving must have become a thing because one dude drove drunk and fucking killed like a school, right? All these rules are from previous experience, right? Drunk driving, got another rule, can't prostitution, whatever. Like all these things, they're from other dudes leading by bad example. You know what I mean? So like, now that you have that information, wouldn't that make us a little bit smarter, Because it wouldn't be a natural selection anymore because now we're so educated we know our dangers, We can play within it. That's why there's
less people are dying.
Less people are smarter. It's like when they rebelled against the Vietnam War.
This is my point: is that people are dumber because
no.
People are dumber. Here's the thing: is that all these things we're talking about are not from our personal perspective. It's all from the perspective of the group. So you have an evolution there, and natural selection still occurs. It occurs
more frequently. You're saying?
No, culturally. So it is occurring within the ideas that you hold rather than in your own personal experience. You don't need to have kids. You know the damage that kids will do. You don't need to do this. You don't need to explore the world.
That's only the mentality of the sheep in society. If that's only the mentality of the sheep.
Maybe what we are.
If you're trying to say that,
saying is that if you're a sheep, you're not as personally involved, personally educated. You have not explored things for yourself.
For sure.
You want to say people are smarter, but the mean is lower because the extremes are higher. So I would say that the mean gets lower and lower because.
But the 1% of smart people.
Okay,
fucking like most stupid. But that's like all the sheep. Wouldn't you say that fucking like the people that don't think like that?
What do you judge yourself by?
Not the intelligence
the
of
most
the
intelligent of
myself.
The species?
No, I'm not like fucking like
because you know what?
I'm not like I'm so great because fucking we got all this dank shit and people are inventing robots. There's still
from the conversation.
There still is personal experience. You're arguing about personal experience. You're arguing about what's it called? Sociology. You're talking about the idea of one when we all come together because of this knowledge. But there still is personal experience to be had, even with all this information. For instance, fucking
From the point
an
of view-
average dude can fucking just be like, yo, I'm so what's it called, stressed out at work. My boss is telling me all this shit. I don't want to do this fucking shit. He's educated by people. People are just pushing him, shoving him. He can go on a fucking vacation, go to fucking Guatemala, take some ayahuasca or some shit, and now he's having that personal experience, and he can forget about all of that bullshit, all of that collective belief that
Will
you're
he
talking about.
do it? That's my point.
For sure he'll do it. That's why people
He
take
for
vacations
sure
in the
will
first.
not do it. Nobody
That's
does
why
that
people
anymore because it doesn't seem like new
People
ground.
take
Because
vacations
people have
all the
done
time.
it. No, okay. Vacation is not learning for people. Vacation is
Yeah, it is. For sure it is.
taking a break.
Go to New
from
Zealand. Tell me
filling
you're
your
not.
fucking-
You just went to Florida. Tell me that
Man,
wasn't.
You're
man,
gonna cog
Mantis
your
is-
life and then you take a
Max is
vacation.
just talking from the idea of like the general fucking like dumb public.
No, I'm not talking about the
You're-
dumb
you're
public. I'm talking about
representing
me
that
and
idea.
you and you and you. Listen to this.
But then you're
Okay,
saying
okay,
we base
cool.
our ideas
If
off
you
of
wanna
other
say
people's
people are-
achievements.
Okay, if you want to say
That's
people are,
not true.
okay,
People
no,
are smarter.
this is not exactly. That's my point. Is that it's not based off of achievement. If we're talking about people themselves, achievement of the race does not take the place of the average Joe. And this is my point. Is that like
Of course,
if
the
you go to
entire
school,
race can achieve something.
Okay, let's
Exactly,
say
the
when
average
that
Joe
doesn't make sense. It's one person
isn't
that
that
achieves
our point?
it. It's
The
one
average
person that
intelligence-
achieves it, and everyone succeeds because of it.
I feel like
So that is an accomplishment of the human race. We're not saying like fucking like
but we were talking.
we're not saying like the human race is smarter. We're just saying like we are more intelligent than we were. We're like
Yeah.
as a collective, there's no way we can be smarter. There's more of us.
exactly.
The
But if the
probability
collective-
of everyone being smarter is so fucking low.
Okay, so if the collective is smarter, what does that make the individual? Dumber.
It's always been that way.
I mean,
you can say that last. You can say that 20 years ago.
Statistically,
Now this is my.
statistically, yeah, sure, we're getting.
Whoa,
we're
what
getting-
is the statistics?
Statistically,
Here's the fucking
IQ
thing.
of the average Joe over the last
Is
100
getting
years
lower.
Is getting lower.
No, it's getting higher. It's getting higher. There's a fucking effect. It's called. I can't remember. It's called the grandfather effect.
Dude.
Not the grandfather clock. It's the grandfather effect. Every fucking
Not
succeeding
to be
year.
confused with the clock.
Yeah, not to be confused with God. But every
Talk
fucking
about the
year,
grandfather's
they're
clock.
being succeeded by our old generation. We are objectively getting smarter. IQ goes up. You can search it up. It's a fucking grandfather effect. I'll fucking bring it up. I'm just saying that as a point. But also hear me out. You're talking about not being as smart because of the collectively, blah, 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 right? But back in the day, they were talking about something wrong, right? Maybe the way they were doing math was wrong. You know how they're always changing math? Maybe the way they were doing math was fucked up. And now that we look at that, we're like, yo, that was stupid. That was wrong. Same with physics, right? They thought back in the day the sun revolved around the earth. I mean, they thought the earth was the center of the universe, right? Now we know.
Right, there's information there that we have
Exactly.
to go off of. And therefore, information is now replacing what you yourself know.
Are you saying what you yourself
So-
know is better than...
If you have all this information to rely on, my point is, in the old days, okay, like my dad, and even before that, you go like 2 generations back, somebody went to school to study. And the school didn't tell them what to study, they studied through the school. So they discovered things for themselves. They studied it, it was placed upon the individual to discover things. And then nowadays, if you go to school, you will get an undergrad degree and you will learn nothing. Because every class has the information for you to understand how to use it. And so you get zero freedom as an individual to learn things. And trust me, I've been a student, you guys have been students. You have very little incentive to learn things for yourself
For
in
sure.
school, so it's not a good setting
Yeah,
anymore
but
to learn. And that goes for a lot of different ways in society that are evolving, so that the individual goes through it now and does not go for themselves.
I get your point.
To become
Universities
something
are definitely
more
they're definitely catered.
literate in
They're definitely
general.
catered very heavily for like the people working there. They're very one route, right? But that doesn't mean that people can't still be. I want to use the word like creative. Like people can still create new things, right? They can still have new passions, new individuality, right? There's like artists doing some crazy shit with fucking xylophones and shit, and they're learning, right? There's like been people who've never done that shit, right? Like Elon Musk, for instance, right? He's like SpaceX and all that shit, and fucking Teslas and electric cars, right? There still is that ingenuity that's never been done before. There still is that new creative path that, is very subjective and very, one mind can do it.
Absolutely.
But you're saying the collective is getting dumber. You're saying just because of the way
I would say that there is a general
dumbness.
not dumbness, but I would say there is no longer as much incentive for people to understand themselves and what is happening to themselves, because the collective, like the internet and phenomenon like that, are where understanding is. You know what I mean? So collective achievements are replacing the individual achievements, so the individual becomes less and less useful.
Less significant.
Less and less. It's no longer... So we're talking about a species here, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the human race. That's what we're talking about. And since when is a new achievement to the human race? Sure, it's more impressive maybe than the past achievements of the human race. But if we're talking about the human race,
okay,
those achievements are always breaking new ground.
So you have
what makes one better than the other?
You have
that one is learned from the other? No.
You have the what? You have the where? But like, where's the? Let's keep going with this. Where's the why? Like, where will this eventually lead us? Right? Because if we're all, getting more knowledge, the internet's fucking making us dumber, making us slower, whatever. Where does this lead us to? Extinction? Does it lead us to some fucking higher level where all the people who are smart as hell just become omnipotent beings and they can fucking just throw themselves into virtual reality and just live out their lives forever?
Yeah, it's compliance. We're all becoming so fucking lazy that we're making...
You're talking about WALL-E. We're all going to turn into like those fucking WALL-E dudes.
Yeah, we're like making things to do simple and mundane tasks for us that we're going to become so like oblivious to that shit that goes on that you're going to be thinking about just like other random shit that really doesn't matter, and you're slowly going to have your like just like your brain power deteriorate. Like you're not going to be thinking, you're not going to have that time to just like relax and like fucking do the dishes or whatever and fucking have that time to separate and be to yourself, and you're always just going to be fucking like a robot.
That's exactly where I think it's going to go. If what you guys are saying is going to be true, within the why component of this whole thing would just be we are going to want new things, right? And then it's just going to be the human race to step forward, to evolve again, would just be to go and start a new life, right? Reincarnation, which is essentially taking place like Matrix. I'm talking fucking plugging yourself in, living a new life, just forgetting about your old one, and that's a new evolution.
Exactly, and those things involve reality.
That's happening right now.
Surpass reality. You know what I mean? Well, reincarnation exists. It's called having kids. Fucking.
We talked about this last time.
You think? You know what I mean?
Reincarnation is Skyrim, dude. Reincarnation people now.
Who's to say that virtual reality or whatever that you create, that own space that you're in, isn't a reality of itself? It's not a reality. It's just a separate reality. No,
it's all the same reality, dude.
No.
We're both humans living a reality. I mean, your feeling of you is different than my feeling of me, but it's the same thing happening.
Yes, but when you have like alternate, like fucking a different entire like universe you can go in, you can't say that is like a fucking fake experience. That is a real experience that you're having. You're having those experiences, so you can't say it's fake. That is real, so that is a reality. That's just different, and it's completely fucking like fabricated or whatever.
To explain it, it's
still real.
It's something
it's still happening to you. You're still having those emotions.
But if you yourself have less incentive to explore reality, which was my initial point when I was against you guys saying that we have less to explore. If you yourself have less incentive to explore reality, and thus less actual exploration of reality,
but that's
less experience.
That's not less exploration. That's different.
That's different.
That's still
exploration. That's still based on our reality.
That's just different exploration.
Because think about
what we're used to. We're exploring.
Think about something.
Different things.
Think about something.
It's just not. It's not the basic like we're exploring Earth. We're exploring this. We're exploring new things, and it's still real. And
think about something the mind can't comprehend. Think about something the mind just can't think about, like the fourth or fifth dimension, right? Think about something we can't contemptualize, right?
We can.
Conceptualize, sorry. Because
we can. You're talking about it.
I don't know what to think about
Well,
though.
you can go on to like the fucking 20th dimension. We don't understand.
Yeah, we don't.
you can keep
how do we understand what?
So
no one understands what's going
robot
on.
or a virtual reality will get you there more.
No,
No, we're
not
not saying
necessarily. But something completely fabricated without our, without our own intent. It's like a dream, right? You can't think about a dream after you have the dream and be like, that's like during the dream you're just like, this is my reality now. This is what seems normal. Fucking objects are flying around.
So that's real to you.
That's real to
you're
you.
having that
But
experience.
that isn't something you consciously made up. It's something you subconsciously made up, right? It's something the brain can't even fathom, right? Because think about it. Why do we have the space? Why do we have the ocean? Why do we have fucking giant moon rocks floating around us? We just accept it now. That's our reality, right? But the goal then for the human race would just be to proceed that, like to exceed that. Sorry.
Yeah, so you put yourself in this like alternate reality
where something isn't even where something you can never comprehend would come true.
That's not fake.
That's my
That's
point.
still exploration. You're exploring a whole new
But
world.
that's where the human race, I feel, is gonna go. That's where I feel, because after everything is explored,
that's the next level of exploration.
It's gonna
not
be
space. That's the like halfway point. That's the
space.
2.5. That's not movie number 3. It's movie 2.5 before.
Exactly. Space is there, but it's still something we know about. You know what I mean? Space is infinite. We don't know all about space, but think about something that is like, okay, if you put yourself in another timeline, another parallel. Not even a universe, but let's call it Glor. Okay, that's what's the norm for them. And they look up in the sky and they see fucking dolphins, and they're like, yeah, dolphins are the sun, right? Your brain would never be able to find that out, but that would just be their reality. That's what I'm saying. That's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to something that we can never fathom. Something because
and people are already creating these like alternate.
Yeah,
realities.
exactly. There's
something
something
that you couldn't think of.
the soda world,
So
soda world.
you're telling me
Mountain Dew
that
world
exploration is going towards innovation.
is going towards something
And
we've never thought about.
It's going fully
And
fully
innovation.
technological.
Mhm.
And innovation coming from the human mind, which is a matrix representing
I'm not
realities
necessarily
in your
saying-
dream, the dream you're talking about.
I'm saying
You're saying that innovation.
No,
we're
I was
gonna,
just
as a
using that as an
species-
example. I was
No,
using
no,
that as
no,
an
no.
example.
We're gonna innovate the dream.
I was using that as an
We're
example.
gonna innovate the dream that we cannot fathom.
Human race won't
That
be able
is
to do
the
it.
dream you dream when you fucking close your eyes at night.
No,
And so, aren't you just fucking innovating
my own reality. No,
your own reality?
no, because think about it. Think about
You're
it.
going as deep into the fucking thing. First we had mirrors, then we had fucking cameras. Now we have fucking simulations that show it. And it's right fucking here.
No.
We're going in goddamn
No.
circles. What are you telling me?
I'm telling you.
You think there's something we
Okay.
can't fathom?
Here's
I'm
another
telling
example.
you it's right here, right now. That's
Look at
why
this
we all
fucking
have
Coors Light.
problems in our
Look at
life.
this Coors Light.
It's stubby though.
Look at Stubby Boy, right?
Stubby.
Put yourself in this guy's shoes. Right? Put yourself in this Coors Light
In
shoes.
the stub shoes. Okay.
Could you fully tell me that this thing doesn't have feelings? Could you go up to this bottle and be like, yo, this thing doesn't have fucking feelings. This is just a bottle.
Yeah.
You can say that. You can
I
confidently say
live on a
that.
third dimensional plane.
You can confidently say that. All right. Let's put it down.
consciousness.
Let's put this down on this table, and just for once, pretend that this thing just felt me grabbing it. Right. That's something no one can fathom because it's not even. Yeah. See, you just got Kobe. It's not. We can't even fathom that shit. Right. So imagine in a world where we're all fucking Coors Light bottles. That's where
I
I'm
think
going.
we can fathom that.
You're fucked.
No.
First of all, sorry. Shut. No. I agree. I agree.
The eyes are the extension of the brain.
I agree with the idea
Process
of
the
Coors Light
information.
bottles. Are you fucking kidding me? First of all, Coors Light's a shit beer. Just let me say that.
Think about that.
Second of all,
You can't even think about that shit.
we aren't sponsored by Coors Light. All right. We do not accept any kind
Any
of
Coors Light.
any kind of money from Coors Light.
We are Bud Light.
If you want to sponsor us,
Sending us
you can
Coors Light, I'll
fuck
drink
right
it.
off.
I'm not sponsored by
I'm
that
not sponsored by that shit. I'm sponsored by the beer that Pav gave me. Okay, blonde something. It's national.
It's blonde.
It's blonde. Okay, I'm just saying.
Pav
I'm just
gave you
saying.
that.
I'm just saying.
That was a big
Maybe there's a world out there, and I'm not gonna even try to fathom this. But here's an
The
example
world is the virtual reality.
where it's just white. It's just white, and people are texts. People are just letters. People are just floating around.
That's some big legend.
I'm just saying. People are fucking.
Matrix.
They're from Lucas's phone to another dude's phone. They're the signal that goes from that phone, and that's just your reality. right? They're the personification of a fucking wire, like a telephone wire, and or your electricity or whatever. That's where I think we're gonna go. I'm not saying that we're gonna create it. I don't know how we would even create it because my whole thing is that we're gonna become right. We're gonna become this unfathomable thing. But to be unfathomable, we would have to make it there, right? But I'm just saying something maybe an alien.
Imagine if we could create an AI that was constantly like making a place for us to live, like a reality, and then you live in the reality, and then it's
that
constantly
it chooses for
making and developing an environment that you're living in like it's real, and
like
you
it's
made this AI
reincarnation.
so advanced that you're constantly living in this world and you can't fucking tell the difference.
Yeah, it's like being born again. It's like being born again.
It's like a goddamn nightmare.
That AI,
But you would never know. You would never know.
could be the next step. You know
that is literally
that's
the plot of the Matrix.
that is the Matrix.
And you can escape it and you find a new world, but is that necessarily a new world? Because maybe it's in the Matrix too.
Maybe all four of us right now are just fucking soda cans playing a video game. You never know.
Exactly, and all these maybes seem cyclical.
If we were, I'd be a fucking
I'm just
Pepsi.
saying. What do you think? That's what I think we're gonna evolve into. That's what I think we're going. What do you think we're doing? Where do you think we're going?
I think we're definitely going towards the fucking like AI kind of fucking.
That's
era.
what I think too.
I think it's all gonna be fucking like AI. Oh, we're developing all this fucking crazy robot shit right now. No one's gonna focus on fucking.
Or maybe we're gonna go to Blade Runner shit, man.
No,
maybe we're gonna become fucking robots. Who knows?
Well, actually, fucking interesting segue. People have already started to try and develop something. I don't fucking know what to transfer their consciousness and like overwrite it onto a fucking computer chip.
That'd be sick.
And then see what that fucking relays as like a fucking AI, you know, see if that like produces the same kind of shit as an AI, see if it thinks for itself, basically. And then to see if like that could fucking
They've already done that.
have like the same thoughts.
That chick, what's her name? That robot, sorry.
So no, but
the one that was on Ellen.
But that wasn't an original person's consciousness. That was like a created intelligence. That wasn't like somebody's fucking like copy and pasted fucking methods. You know?
You think something's just gonna?
No, they've already tried doing that. Like this has started to happen. People
like you're talking
people
about
have tried to like
Ultron.
like write
you're talking
down
about Ultron.
You know, no. Well, no. People have tried to like people like mapped like the DNA code. People are trying to map like the brain code and fucking like put that onto a computer and then be like. Fuck AI.
No, that's gonna be the end of our civilization,
just like straight up like.
They're gonna get so smart and fucking just kill us all.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like that's impossible. I feel like you can't do that because that's straight up just like I'm a fucking robot now.
Yeah.
I live forever. I feel like that's too much. You can't do that.
I feel like even robots fear death.
I feel like you can't copy a human fucking brain and consciousness onto a computer chip and have it be able to be like synonymous. It's not the fucking same. It's gonna be different. You're gonna be talking to it, and it's gonna be talking to you. If that were to happen.
Only thing holding it back would be death.
Be like twin telepathy.
The only thing holding it back would be death. But even robots fear death. You know why? Because there's a chess game that they made where AIs can fucking beat humans.
Oh,
and it's so good.
What was the test? It was like
and the test was if the human put it in a checkmate. The human would put it in a checkmate. You know what it would do? It would never lose. It puts its life on pause. It would pause the game. Right as you're about to put checkmate, and it knew you were going to do checkmate, it would pause the game, so it would live indefinitely.
It had a test.
Even robots are scared of death.
Even
robots are scared of fucking death. Doesn't that freak you out?
That could also be just like a fucking error in the code.
Yeah, maybe.
But
still,
I feel like
an error.
The AI is programmed to win.
If
the AI is programmed to win.
No more moves, it just pauses the game.
Yeah. So
instead of shutting
the
off,
AI
it could just
does not want to lose. So in order to win, it pauses the game because it becomes a draw. Then it becomes a point in equilibrium where win or lose. But that is also kind of synonymous with death, right?
Well,
put a pause on life. You're just fucking paused.
The big question.
That's coma.
That's coma life, baby.
Okay. We've talked
Coma matata.
You've talked a lot about AI, and I agree with you. A lot of that shit is happening.
Yeah,
and it's definitely on the way.
Hashtag Black Mirror season 5. It was trash.
Too far. What were you gonna say?
Now, are we a program?
I don't think so.
Ooh, are we a sim, bro?
I don't think so. I think.
Are we a program?
There's no way to know.
There you go.
There's no way to actually
If you
know.
program robots to do something. They're programmed to do it. They'll take every measure with the complexity that evolves to win under that program.
Mhm.
Now, but are we a program? What's
I don't
the
think
agenda?
so. People
There's no
commit
program.
suicide all the time. I don't think so.
Okay, so
People fucking and they don't put their life on pause. They let them kill themselves in checkmate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any
That is
AI.
that is kind of like putting your life on pause, though. In a
No,
way,
that's just ending it. That's like the program.
No, but not if you were in like a fucking heroin deprived mental state, you know.
But even then,
So- some
some
people-
like take a failed
It's
suicide
so
attempt.
fast.
They're trying to put their life on pause, and they go into coma. But then, like, where do they go when they're in that coma? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a failed suicide attempt and then they come back to reality, they know that for sure they're not an AI, because then they would fail it. They'd fail that one task that set out to live, right? And then they'd come back and they'd see that consequence. You know what I mean? Like if you tried to die, and you were programmed to live, right? Is that what we're getting at? And you failed that.
Then
when you would come
how
back-
do you feel that? Like you would fail living?
Say you try to take like a drug overdose, right?
Yeah.
Just to see if you were real. And then you went in a coma and they brought you back to life. And you knew that you tried to kill yourself, but you failed. Then wouldn't you fucking at least think that maybe you weren't a fucking AI because you came back to life, something's meaningful? You know what I mean?
It just completely depends on the person and their fucking intellect, right?
I suppose, but if we're all fucking
exactly, there's many variables there.
yeah. But I mean, if we're all AI, then like wouldn't we all
Dude, it depends on like how good the fucking AI is, right? There's no way to know. Like some fucking other completely super intelligent being, like some straight god status, could have created us as a sim, and we
Yeah.
would never know, because like it could just be so
I
technologically.
think the Egyptians
advanced,
were
right?
fucking god status, man.
I don't think.
I don't think they made the pyramids by accident. I think they had help, but I don't want to get into that. That's some like Alex Jones shit.
That's some
fuck,
ancient
I'll
aliens.
next week.
That's some
Yeah,
ancient aliens.
Bring it next week for that.
Very
Yeah,
interested.
we're pretty big on this PCast. It's about
Bring
1700.
out the puka.
But that's my point, is that essentially we're not a program. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
even if our reality was eclipsed and we were in a program, wouldn't the next step and the next evolution would be to escape the program? To not be a program. I'm saying
Okay.
you cannot limit it to just this idea. You know what I mean?
But
and AIs
That's why we're trying to explore
limited.
the Earth, man. We're trying to escape. We're trying to get out. We're trying to figure out why.
That's
we're
why
here.
fucking video games exist. It's a form of escapism. It's a form of not being where we are. That's why you play League and
That's
shit.
what we're trying to create entertainment to
Absolutely.
distract ourselves.
Exactly.
And
Because
so
it's
why
kind of escapism.
always craft up the idea of progress through the group?
So pessimistic.
When you can have-
Mantises are so pessimistic.
No, this is
He's
so
like Ultron,
goddamn
man. He's
opposite.
Ultron.
No!
The
This is
human
so
race
goddamn
is
opposite.
too emotional. Drop a nuke on that baby.
Well, if that's what you want, then that's okay. But I'm just saying,
I want us to just
you guys
think about
have this
something
idea
unfathomable.
that it can only be that. If that's what the race is
No,
doing,
no, there's
then
many.
that's the only innovation. But I'm talking, we're not a program, and personal exploration leads to things that you don't. That maybe when the group moves on from it, things are forgotten. History repeats itself, things like that. And learning something that somebody else learned is just as valid for you learning it than it was for them, even though they came up with it first.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
It comes back to that first shit, you know what I mean?
So it comes down to experience.
Jeez, this is some tightly knit shit, man. This is
Well,
crazy.
that's my point. Is that
Is this
experience.
scripted? All right, boys, flip to page 34.
Page 34.
34. We're
There
gonna
you
talk
go.
about existentiality next. Cut.
Flipping pages here, boys. Lost on the script. 34?
Flip-flop, baby.
Flip-flop on my flip-flops.
I want to talk about ancient aliens next time for sure.
Hey.
Let's do our research next time. We gotta bring it to a close right now. but-
We each got to watch a different episode.
Yeah, and then bring show and tell, little show and tell.
I'm watching Mystery Hunters.
I'm doing. Oh, why don't someone do ghost stories? I'll research about fucking Egyptians and shit, and how like the fucking everything aimed true north, and they didn't even have fucking compasses.
Yeah.
You know, like that shit's fucked up, man. Like, there's no way.
Big ass
there is
Mesopotamian
way.
fucking pyramids
There's no
too,
way.
that also
Well, maybe-
fucking pointed north.
Maybe they valued their personal
Hey, come on.
exploration and they fucking found out how to figure out the true north. I swear to God, man, people used to know before they killed all personal knowledge of fucking medicine. People used to understand their own bodies. People understood what trimesters.
How do you think the old
people
wise
knew
men
what
found
trimesters
Jesus?
were?
The
They
North
knew
Star.
what fucking birth
They
was.
all knew.
And
They
listen,
just had a feel.
You think the first
think
dude to
about
get
this.
fucking
If nobody fucking had doctors to give birth, we'd be fucked right now.
First dude to get
how
herpes.
smart are you?
First dude to get herpes.
That's not
Birth
true.
to a
That's
child.
not true. We would just have a lot more fucking stillborns and baby fucking deaths, man.
True.
Exactly.
And a lot
learned it
more
for
deaths of
ourselves.
wives.
Exactly. It's my. Yeah.
We would have a lot more deaths, but I mean, it would still happen.
Perfectly
It's
balanced.
not like it would stop.
Perfectly balanced.
It's
as
just like
everything should
it's just like that's kind of the whole natural selection point that we're getting back to. Like, how much fucking convenience do we need in our lives? Do we need people literally delivering out our offspring to reproduce, or should that be part of the natural selection that we have? If you're not smart enough to do that, then yeah, well, maybe
you shouldn't have a baby in the first place.
Maybe you shouldn't be a contributing part of society.
I
to the
think
human race, you
people
know?
should.
Maybe that's it for you.
I think people should sign a
But that's
waiver
what
to
we
have
are.
kids. I think they should be like either like you fill in it's like getting your fucking driver's license for having kids, because I feel like that's more of a responsibility, bringing in some fucking.
But I mean, like, you don't take a course to have a cock.
I suppose
That's
you're right.
just like, hey, I see a vagina, I see some tits, I want to put my dick in that.
Yeah, but
That's not like, you know,
you can still
you
think
can
about,
be born in the jungle
And
you
if your
have
fucking
that.
wife was giving birth, you'd probably help her out. And you probably know what to do more than right now. But
oh, you
fucking-
know what, yeah.
exactly. So like,
Right.
if
In
what
that-
we
in
do-
that
what we
regard,
do
we're
is
smarter.
We produce symbolic knowledge. We produce information. That's like what a human does. You know what I mean? Like if a fucking mole digs holes, we produce information.
And
You know what I
too.
mean? And so like, yeah, the information gets further, but what does the person do? What kind of achievement are we talking about?
Yeah, man, you know what? Let
Are
me
we
just,
talking about
let me just
information?
Google that, you know? Exactly, you know?
Yeah, dude, like your fucking wife's giving birth,
Exactly.
and you're like, shit, man, I don't have the knowledge of my ancestors. Let me Google this. Yo, Siri, how do you give birth?
Straight up, man.
And then, yo, eat the placenta. That's what she says, and you're like, alright.
It's high in iron.
Iron, iron, man. I'm fucking.
I'm iron deficient.
What's it called? What's it called?
All
It
that
starts
hard
with
work
an
will
A.
make you want.
Anemic.
I'm anemic. Give me
I am
your
anemic.
fucking. All right, let's give this a wrap, man. This is a good cast, but this is
All good things must come to an end.
you wanna start a closing?
Do, do, do.
Fuck off.